Welcome to this crochet turtle tutorial. Today I'll be showing you how to crochet this adorable turtle plushie. Let's get straight into it. So the materials that you will need are a 5mm crochet hook, a yarn needle, scissors. You will need 12mm safety eyes. You'll also need chunky yarn. I'm using green or aqua for the body and brown yarn for the shell. And finally, you will need stuffing. So to start off, we're going to do a magic ring. And to do that, we're going to do the 2-chain method, or you can use whichever method you like. To do the 2-chain method, you're going to make a slip knot. And then you are going to chain twice. And then we are going to do all of our single crochets for the magic ring into that first chain. So the first chain will be our magic ring. So for the first round, we're just going to do 6 single crochets into that magic ring. For round 2, we will do 6 increases, which will take us up to 12 stitches. Now I'm going to put my stitch marker in. For round 3, we're going to do single crochet increase times by 6, which will take us up to 18 stitches. For the next round, we're going to do 2 single crochets and an increase times by 6, which will take us up to 24 stitches. For round 5, we're going to do a bubble stitch, then 8 single crochets, then another bubble stitch, and then 14 single crochets. So I'm going to show you how to do a bubble stitch. So to start off, we're going to yarn over, and then we're going to go into the first stitch, yarn over and pull through, and then we're going to yarn over and pull through 2 of those loops, so that we have 2 loops on our hook. Then we're going to yarn over, go back into that same stitch, pull through some yarn, and then yarn over and pull through 2 of those loops. Now we have 3 loops on our hook. Now we're going to yarn over, go back into that same stitch, yarn over and pull through, and then we're going to yarn over and pull through 2 of those stitches. Now we have 4 loops on our hook, and finally we're going to yarn over, go into that stitch, yarn over and pull through 2 of those stitches, and then you should have 5 loops on your hook in total, and we're going to yarn over and pull through all 5 of those loops. So now you're going to go ahead and do 8 single crochets and then another bubble stitch and then 14 single crochets to finish off. For round 6, we are just going to single crochet all the way round. For round 7, we are going to decrease, then single crochet times 4, and then do 12 single crochets. For round 8, we are just going to single crochet all the way round. For round 9, we are going to do 3 single crochets and a decrease times 4. For round 10, we're going to do a bobble stitch, just like I showed you before, and then 3 single crochets, a decrease, then 2 single crochets, another bobble stitch, and then 3 single crochets, decrease, 2 single crochets. For round 11, we're going to do 3 single crochets and an increase, a single crochet, another increase, and then 8 single crochets, which will take us up to 16 stitches. For round 12, we are going to do 3 single crochets and an increase times by 4, which will take us up to 20 stitches. For round 13, we are going to do 4 single crochets and an increase times by 4, which will take us up to 24 stitches. For rounds 14 and 15, we are just going to single crochet all the way around. So we'll be single crocheting for 2 rounds straight. For round 16, we're going to do 2 single crochets and a decrease times by 6, which will take us up to 18 stitches. We're also going to add a little bit of stuffing now, just to the body. Now we're going to put the safety eyes in between rounds 14 and 15, and they're going to be approximately 8 stitches apart. So they're just approximately 1 or 2 stitches in front of the arms on either side, and this is what they'll look like from the side. For round 17, we're going to do single crochet decrease times by 6, which will take us down to 12 stitches. Now we're going to finish adding stuffing. Now for the final round, we're going to do 6 decreases to finish off, and then we will sew the top shut. So now that we have finished that round, we're going to grab our scissors and we're going to cut off a small tail for sewing it shut. And then we're going to grab our hook and we will pull through. And then we'll grab our yarn needle and we're going to just sew the top shut. So we're going to go into the front loops only around the circle. So we're going to go into the first stitch in the front loop, and then we're going to go out of the next stitch, into the next stitch, out of the following stitch, into the next stitch, out of the next stitch, and then we can pull on the yarn tail. And now we can just bring the yarn to a random point in the body. And then we can just simply cut that off. And now that we've finished the body, we can put it aside, and now we can move on to the shell. So you're going to grab your brown yarn, and we're going to start off with 6 single crochets into the magic ring. For round 2, we will do 6 increases, which will take us up to 12 stitches. Round 3 is single crochet increase times by 6, which will take us up to 18 stitches. Round 4 will be 2 single crochets and an increase times by 6. For the next round, we'll do 3 single crochets increase times by 6, which will take us up to 30 stitches. Now for the final round, we will single crochet all the way round. So now that we are finished, we are going to leave a bit of a tail for sewing. So we're going to cut it off about there. And then we're going to pull through. Now we're going to grab our yarn needle and I'm just going to sew into that stitch after the last stitch, just to make it more even. And now we're going to grab our body and we're going to sew it onto the back of the body so that it looks a bit like this. So it should look like the turtle is sort of sitting. So we're going to sew by slowly going round. So we're going to go into that starting point down the bottom. I'm going to put it right at the bottom in the middle. And then we're going to go into the next stitch across and we're going to go into the shell and we're just going to sew all the way around the outside so that the shell stays on the turtle just like that. If you are happy with how you have sewn it, then you can bring the yarn to a random point in the body, and then you can cut the yarn off. This is the completed turtle. I hope that you enjoyed crocheting your turtle plushie. If you did, make sure to subscribe to my channel for more free tutorials and like this video. If you want to see more exclusive behind the scenes content, then make sure to go join my single crochet club on Patreon. And I also post more content over on my Instagram. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!